Is it going?
Yep.
Action. Yeah, so I'm Kelly. I am current BMES president. Last year I was internal vice president. The year before that I was mentorship family head. And now fourth year bioengineering major, graduating this quarter.
What is one of your favorite moments in BMES?
I think when I was internal vice president and we would do those huge end of the year events, it was always super stressful leading up to it, but just seeing how happy everybody was and how much fun everyone had, it was definitely a highlight every single quarter, even though building up to it, it was a lot of logistics.
Awesome. What is one way BMES has really helped you in your time here at UCLA?
I think it helped me learn how to speak to advisors and company reps and just generally other student leaders. You're kind of thrown into, oh, now you're like the face of this organization, so you have to make sure that you look good for all of your like interactions, which is just a new experience. So it's definitely being more visible and learning how to deal with it helped me a lot.
How did BMES influence you on your career path? How did you end up choosing bioengineering?
Okay, so in my first year, I was involved in BMES cell team. And so that was introductory wet lab skills. And so from that experience, I ended up being involved in a research lab. From there, I ended up joining a startup. And during that time, I was attending a lot of info sessions with our industry chairs. And it actually exposed me to the world of like medical devices. From there, I got more interested in medical devices that were specifically targeted at treating cardiovascular disease. And so that's kind of where that started. I think in terms of wanting to be a bioengineering major, I really like the fact that it's a really cool blend between a bunch of engineering disciplines. You got like the electrical engineering component, mechanical engineering component, some coding. So I think it's a really nice way to get a wide breadth of experience.
What value do you see in BMES for non-bioengineering majors?
It's actually kind of funny because when I was talking to people, because I was doing like new student fairs, and I would ask them their major first, and if they weren't a bioengineering major, I mostly talked about our technical projects. I think that if you're not in a bioengineering major, it's still really cool to get hands-on experience, especially if you're an engineer. But I think that that's kind of our main sort of thing that we offer to other majors, because it's really rare that a club has this many resources and such a robust amount of projects you can join. So I think that that's probably the biggest contribution. I also talk about the social scene, but mostly people want to hear about the technical projects.
How does being a part of BMES leadership change your BMES experience?
I love knowing so many people in the club. I don't think if I was in leadership, I would be pushed into getting to know so many other bioengineers in other years. I think that if I wasn't in a leadership position, I wouldn't have met any of my friends in any of the other years. So I think that helped me learn about more people in my major. And that is super valuable because bioengineering majors are really cool and very fun.
As former president of BMES, what is one legacy you hope to have left behind?
I hope that people saw that if there was like a project that I wanted to do, or if I knew that somebody wanted to do a project, that they are like totally encouraged to take that route and do whatever they want to try to make it work. Like this podcast, we've never done something like this. And Asher, who's asking me all the questions, is the one who brought it up. And even though we didn't really do it before and there was no infrastructure for doing it, it's important to just kind of take that leap of faith of like, oh, okay, maybe this will work, maybe it won't, but it'll be cool to try. So I hope that the legacy is, don't be afraid to, expand beyond what we're doing and try to make improvements. And if it fails, then you'll learn something.
How do you want to see the program change after you leave?
I hope that we end up collaborating with other orgs on campus. In my third year, I feel like my whole thing was like BMES. And now having more time, like I just went to like the Society of Women Engineers like voting event, and they have such good ideas and they're so passionate about their org, and like we're so passionate about our org. And so, if we kind of exchange more information or want to collaborate, we can get so much more done. So I hope that in the future, there's more collaborations, there's people that want to, work with us, and we can like get some cool stuff done.
Anything you want to talk about include interesting facts, polarizing opinions, anything like that?
Oh my God, I have so many. Oh, okay. So I obviously, like, with my IVP position, I would do like icebreakers all the time. And I don't care about is a hot dog a sandwich or is cereal a soup. I understand it's like one of the most common ones, but I just I've never cared to give my opinion, nor have I really cared about that. Like, I'll talk about a lot of things, but that one, it just doesn't excite me. But yeah, I feel like that's a pretty common icebreaker, and I'm ready to change that.
That's a great opinion.
That's my polarizing opinion.
Awesome. That's all.
Yeah.